So welcome everyone to Thursday Night Yin. As we continue to deepen our practice, we always have to start at the heart center. And as we lie back in the reclined position, opening the heart, breathing deeply all the way in and all the way out. With our feet firmly planted on the floor, right? We can relax a little bit more. And on the next inhale, slowly bring your arms up over your head. And as you stretch back, reach back, really start to feel all the muscles open up in the upper part of your spine, right? It's like a peacock, right? It opens up. So many muscles, so many more fibers and tissues, right? As you open up a little bit more. And as you feel yourself opening up, continue to breathe. And start to feel that heart energy expanding, open and upward. And once here for a little bit, the energy will surge. Bring it in with another inhale. And as you bring it in, holding the breath in, allow yourself to slowly reach up towards your knees. Grab hold of your knees and then slowly start to lean back into the bolster. If your feet come off the floor, that's great. And just feel what it's like to hold this position. Because remember, we're being very yin right now. But if you attended core class, you know we are one step away from full boat pose. So don't underestimate the power of this stretching, right? This is where it all begins. When you see people with really good posture, there's two reasons, right? The first we've discussed is they're just naturally born with flexibility and strength. And yoga is very fitting for these people. It's great. But yoga was intended for everyone, right? It wasn't just one person. It wasn't a fitness. It wasn't an exercise. And what you're feeling right now as you move forward and back is just that feeling of the forward fold into the backward bend. Good. Now we're going to go back just on our own. Release your legs. Lie back once again, nice and comfortable. A lot of people have issues with twisting, especially lifting and twisting. A few of you may be in this class, right? I'm one of them when I was much younger. One of the things that we can do with all this upward energy now that we have is really balance it into our lower bodies and learn how to lift and twist. And because we're in a safe way right now, we can do it nice and slow, very yin. Because what we're going to do today is take our next posture. Our next posture is going to be the twist. And as we take this twist, we're going to take it very slowly. And as you sort of lean into it. So for now, I'm bringing my knees to the left side of me. And as I'm dropping my knees to the left side, very cautious about what's going on. And how to be most cautious is to put the weight in the heels. Don't even worry about the toes. And really work with the tailbone. If your tailbone is flaring up, don't go far. Right? The whole idea is to get the energy flowing through the heart center. Flushing it out. And taking your time into it. Because eventually maybe some of you have already gone because it feels great. And you're in this very magical twist. What makes it magical is you have the bolster to support you. Right? This is a great posture. Right? This is a full reach, full twist, and yet centered, right? Your center line is very centered because you're on the bolster. Right? Whether it's a circle one or a blanket, there's something there that is propping you up, supporting you. So feel free to push down on your spine. Notice not so much about reaching further, it's yin, right? The whole idea is about getting stronger from within. Right? And as we get stronger from within, we press, right? We feel ourselves pressing, the feel of the press. And as I said before, it always comes from breathing. As you're breathing, right, I'm twisting through my spine, but not to the point where I want my knees to go down or I want my hands to reach out. No, it's all about how does my back feel as I do this. And then lengthening always through the whole spine, all four curves. Lengthening and strengthening through the spine. Right? And then again, you'll feel things like your rib cage maybe pressing up, right? Don't hesitate to press down with the breath, right? That's how you know it's safe. Breathing makes it safe, because if it's not, we start to, right? We start to hyperventilate, right? We start to not be in the yoga. The pranayama is very clear. The inhale and exhale, both under control. Some people translate that as just through the nose, but both under control. Because when we breathe through the mouth, we breathe differently than through the nose. Concentration is different, just like with sleep. So the yogis were very strict about all the breathing. And as you breathe here in the twist, push down through the spine. You know, that little bit of a lift with whatever bolster you're on, just allowing yourself to relax, right? Everyone's is allowed to look differently. Good, we're gonna give it 10 deep breaths now together. You can start to roll out through the hip a little bit, because we're gonna go to the other side, so bringing a little bit of movement will help lessen the stiffness that's naturally gonna occur, because now we've stretched deeper than just muscular. We went into tendons and ligaments, because once we start pushing longer and longer periods of time, things start to open up deeper, right? Feel it, roll through it, right? This is your time to really get to level 10, because we're gonna change, right? So level 10 is not about doing more, it's actually about doing less. How can it just be perfect? So much so that you could be yin, you could sleep here, right? Sleep is a form of yin. Well, some of it anyhow. Good, and ready to switch. Slowly just bring the soles of the feet up, just relax for a second, right? We don't want to go right away. You don't want to bring that energy outward, just keep it grounded. Maybe lift your hips off the ground a few times, right? Again, if you're on a blanket, if you're on a circular bolster, it really doesn't matter. You'll be in a different slight position, but it's the same, right? Good, and again, giving us that time to relax the energy in any way we see fit, but just feeling it within ourselves and then letting it ground. And then again, setting that intention again. What's the intention, right? The intention is to lift, right? Everyone's having problems because they lift and twist. Not because they lift and not because they twist, because they do both together. And lifting weights is the worst way to have lift and twist injuries. That's why they don't twist, right? They just lift. So we're going to lift and twist, but we're going to do it the yoga way, listening to the body, listening to the body. Knees are now going to the right side, looking to the left side, right? The hands are arbitrary. They can be involved or not, right? They can be on the ground, right? You can just look to the left side and just let the legs do the work. I like to move my head all the way, not just because I'm teaching, but also because I like the feeling that it brings, the balance, because I have the one side and I can feel that now. And now I want to create the other side. And now I feel comfortable, like now I just settled in on that side. It feels right for me, right? You might still be going, you might have already stopped. But as you continue to go deeper, right, you know what you're doing, you know what the goal is, right? Can we hold the position, right, in our spine and breathe? Because if you can't breathe, you're too deep. It's connected to your spine. It's your first defense against anxiety. It's your first defense against depression. Breath. It's right there. It's in the sweetest spot. Right? And we want to fake that, right? But that's what the yoga teaches us. Don't go that far, right? Stay a little bit more in. Relax a little bit more. Maybe bring your knees up a little bit. Really adjust so you can experience what it is, the teachings. Not what I'm talking about, what the teachings have always been teaching. Right? It's here for us always. Right? All we have to do is just reach for it and not grasp. Right? As long as we reach, we're safe. If we start grasping, that's something different. That's martial arts, right? That's a different practice. Right? But this practice, this yoga, is what martial arts many people believe. Right? But it's explicit in the yoga. Reach, but don't grasp. Just reach. Because what you're reaching for is grasping you. Like that's the prana when fully realized. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice and gentle. Again, we're not going to the other side. Just go back to center. Once in center, just move around very little bits because there's a lot of energy there right now. Right? So just be wary of just shaking it up too much. If you're comfortable, I feel fine with it. I can do it. But again, remembering what I felt on the one side, now that both have opened up and I feel excited doesn't mean I can be excited, right? Because again, that's grasping, right? So we want to be reaching, right? Reaching into this newfound feeling in our bodies, right? Maybe it's a little less pain, right? Less fear of movement. But again, we've been in this back bend for almost the entire class, right? We haven't really shifted. We stayed in the first posture, then we did the 2 twists. So we've been in this for a very long time. We didn't do this and then twist, right? So it's really nice to experience a posture for a very long time with multiple forms. Good. Rolling onto the right side. Slowly, slowly come up. Ooh, right? And just slowly, again, bring your soles of the feet to your floor, ground, right? It's all about grounding, right? And if there's anything wrong with your hands, remember, when we're grounding, just come up a little bit more so you don't need your hands that much, right? But when we bring our legs up and our feet up, we want to ground. We always want to be able to sit up, right? And as we sit up, we're just moving on the floor nice and slowly, right? Moving on the floor nice and slowly. This is really good from where we came from, is now we're giving self-massage, right? My hands are showing. Watch, I come up, I go down, right? Reach up, roll it out, back down, squeeze it. Oh, there it is, right? Pull it up, right? The hands are arbitrary, right? Again, it's not the 80s, right? We don't need to be reaching. We can reach with our spines, right? We're yogis. We know what the truth is, but sometimes it feels really nice to extend right out through the arm, right? And then you can really pull it, but only if it feels good. If it doesn't and your shoulder feels like it, don't worry, do it with your shoulder, right? Ah, felt great, right? We're just rolling side to side. Good. Now we're going to go into one of our favorite postures, the cobbler pose. Okay. So nice and easy, right? We're going to take that nice and easy posture that we all know and love, the cobbler pose, right? We do it 100 times, we'll do it 100 more, right? It's a beautiful posture. And if right now you're feeling uncomfortable, what I again recommend, if you've had a long day, right? Just relax, right? And take the bolster and do everything we're doing on the bolster. Right? But if you're, fired up, that feels good, right? Just let's keep rolling, right? Let's keep rolling on the ground, all right? It's your choice. Just always remember there is a choice, right? Sometimes yin feels a little bit more yang, and sometimes it feels a little bit more yin. All right, everyone, good. So as we relax now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna open them up. Because the next part of our practice is gonna be about opening up our hearts. Because we're coming into the harvest season, right? My favorite time to practice yoga. Because I find this time it starts to get cooler and I want to do more back bends. In summer, I don't like doing back bends, right? I like forward bends, right? Cooling, calming, but in the winter, get warmed up. So what you want to create is a frame. And for some of you, this is new. For others, we do this all the time, right? We create a straight frame. And what a straight frame is, your arm is straight. Notice I'm locking my arm. So if you've done other practices where they're like, never lock your joints, right? The reason why is because you're probably working in a very competitive way. It's actually really great to do if you're practicing yoga, because locking your joints is the strongest structure. So if you can handle it, that's how you can go upside down and all sorts of cool stuff. So it just takes many more years, right? So take your hands out, put them to the side. And then slowly, slowly, like a cat, right? Start reaching from side to side. Because we can't just open up straight away. It's like climbing a mountain, right? You can't just go straight up, right? It's impossible, right? You got to go slowly, slowly, side to side, right? If you don't believe me, just start breathing. Right? And as you start breathing now, just imagine a giant pack on your back, right? For some women out there, you can relate to women climbing mountains with children on their back, right? Men don't do this. Only the women, right? The strong, the ones that can carry the load. It's very amazing, right? Little babies in sacks on their back up the mountain. So you feel that energy, right? It's a sway. right? It's precious cargo, right? You don't want to wake it up, even though you're climbing a mountain, nice and slowly side to side. Good, that's been about a minute. And as we get to that minute, right, just opening up the arms. And as you open up the arms out to the side, start to press the heart forward and back. So you're really just kind of rolling forward and looking up, and then slowly dropping down and back. Right, up we go. You can open up your jaw, right? It's really good. Some of you might get some good cracks, right? Because you're really opening up. And then back down. Some of you might not like this. That's okay. Just back off. Give yourself a break. Stretch your arms. Let's all do that. Just lean back, stretch your arms. Again, I realize for some it may be new, right? Just stretch your arms. So I'm just pulling back. We do this in core class, but we do it without, right? Nice and strong. So again, just teaching how the yin and the yang is the same. For those who do both, you're getting the whole circle, right? Okay. All right, good. Coming forward again, right? When you come forward, it's not about going down. It's about going out, right? Out, far out, because the farther out you go, the more your heart drops down naturally. Right, and that's going to be our practice tonight. Slowly, slowly make that choice. Slowly, slowly, right? It doesn't take much. Just start moving side to side, feeling the flow, letting go. Nice and slow, right? Side to side, side to side. And as you go side to side, start to breathe, right? Really deep, the type of breathing we do. All the way in and all the way out. The deeper you breathe in, the deeper you breathe out. All the way in and all the way out. Now as you come to that final conclusion, we're going to do a Brahmari. So relax your head now. Two choices, right? You can keep further going with the heart because it feels right. Keep pursuing that center journey now that you're nearing the top. Or you can take the crown of your hand and start to lean it towards the soles of your feet. There's a perfect, crevice right here that can handle the top of your head, right? So all you have to do is bend into it. And you can place your legs anywhere out in front. The whole journey is through the back of the spine. Right? As the back curls, crown of the head drops. And then the joy is going forward, right? Because you're all through the backside, right? Rolling that energy all through the backside of the body. Breathing all the way in. And all the way out. Good, and with that, we're going to do one Brahmari. Deep breath in. Slowly coming up side to side, right? Side to side, side to side. Slowly, feeling that strength. Now, as you come up side to side, bring your soles of your palms, so soles of the feet, palms of the hands, right down to your knees, and just start feeling more upright. If you need to put a hand down behind you, feel free, but see how much you can withstand being upright in this position. For some, it's really hard, right? Again, having a bolster is what a blessing to be able to do all this stuff if your knees are tighter and be able to, right, side to side, right? It's nice. On the floor, if your hips are open, it's also really nice too, right? The freedom is in the movement, right? Your movement, right? Staying upright in the cobbler, just taking your counter pose side to side, side to side. And again, just like the core, as we talked about earlier, grabbing hold and then allowing yourself to fall backward, right? Notice I have the bolster behind me, right? Oh, always feels good. Because our next posture is going to be right here. What we're going to do here is we're going to allow ourselves to lie back with our cobbler legs, and we're going to hold this position. And why we're going to do this is we're going to open up slowly, slowly into a more progressive position. But in the meantime, just start with the bolster or blanket behind you, right? And then lay yourself back into your familiar cobbler pose. And again, my suggestion is take your hands to the top parts of your ankles. And as you go backward, leading with the heart, slowly lower down on whatever that object is. Then come up and then lower yourself again, right? You're really rolling it out. And you'll start to see exactly where we're going, right? Where we want to go when we lower ourselves down, right? We want to start to lift up and keep that curl going. And you'll notice by coming forward and back, a lot of energy through the hips now because you're getting a really deep stretch. Oh. Slowly rolling forward. Okay, great big finale, right? Again, if you need to come back out, come back out. But if you can lean back, relax, and then slowly take the legs up and see where you can grab, right? I like to grab from the inside to the outside. That's what we always discuss. But some people grab differently. That's fine. It's all the same. I like my arms straight. So here I am, leaning back, and start to come slowly, slowly, guiding your energy into a squat. Nice and easy. Because we're in a take squat, but this is how we're taking it today with the bolster, right? More yin. Imagining now all that pressure you feel in squat, you can release because you have the bolster or the blanket or the pillows, and you can lean back on and just pull and push if this is too much, right? Grabbing from the legs. Right, it all feels good. Moving from one leg to the other leg. Good. And now from here, holding it either in stirrup, as you can see demonstrated here, it's like a hammock, right? So even if you're here, you could be hammocking your legs, right? Depends how open your hips are. Again, people with more open hips can lift their legs way up and their knees go down, but not me, right? But that's not my yoga, right? This is my yoga, right? The feeling is the same though. Well, I hope so, right? The feeling is the same, I hope so, right? Holding that curve in your back, right? Being comfortable with, see my shoulders? My arms don't change, right? Just being comfortable. And then closing your eyes and going inside feeling, right? That's level one. Level two is, right? Let me level out a little bit. Feel, okay, I want to go to level two. What's level two? Right? You're going into the full happy baby, but not upward, right? Keep it out in front, right? Imagine you're in squat, right? This is a really hard position to be in, right? This gives you that chance. Push back, push forward, right? But wherever we're going, eventually we're tucking chin and we're connecting in a very yin way. Backing off if necessary into stirrup. And if it starts even more, just let go of the legs all together and just relax. Good. For everyone else, holding, feeling for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Open up the legs as you're pushing back. Getting all that strength. Okay, slowly, gently, we're going to release one leg at a time. So even if you're down here, you're still going to release one leg at a time. So I'm going to start with the right side. As you pull with the left, release with the right. Right, the knee comes out, you can grab the knee for extra support, right? But just hang out, open it up, right? Open it up, relax in this position, holding in basically boat pose, right? That's the beauty, but doing it in a very yin way. Good. Again, this leg could be on the ground, right? It's still just as enjoyable, but doing it upright really locks that core into a stretch. Good. Switching the legs, right? Bringing the other one in, the knee, right by the foot, right? Moving around back into the bolster. Good. Slowly bring both soles of the feet to the floor and relax left and right. Again, we're going to slowly reach. Now you can see we have more mobility down below than in the other position where our bolster was horizontal. Slowly, slowly going from one side to the other with the breath. Good. Now slowly coming back to center. Allow yourselves to come fully onto the left side. Once fully onto the left side, tuck yourself in, fetal position. Take your left hand, place on top of your right knee. Slowly lie down and allow yourself to hang and feel. Now that's a huge stretch, so watch. I can place my hand under my head and give myself this wonderful stretch right underneath the armpit. This is a really strong, concentrated lymphatic area. And these are the sewage systems to the blood, so we need to really drain these areas by stretching. It's believed that, again, respiration, circulation, movement, right, circulation, right? So it's another mechanism. So placing your hand behind your head, stretching it out that way. Full arm. Right? Half chicken wing, right? Dropping elbow, right? Lone gunner, whatever it is, right? Stretching into that deeper stretch. Allowing yourself to like just believe and receive, right? Believe and receive. Right? Different kind of twist now. More legit, deeper. Take a deep breath in, take a deeper breath out. This is yin. Right? Can you surrender to the new experience? It's a new experience, right? It doesn't need to be feared, right? Have less fear toward it. The unknown will start to become known because the seeker, as we discussed at the beginning, is becoming sought slowly, slowly. Seeker is slowly starting to see the mechanism of their own seeking, the oscillations of their mind, right? As spoken in Patanjali. This oscillation of our mind comes from our bodies, right? Comes from our hearts, right? Comes even from our, let's even say, dare we say, souls. Sometimes we like to believe one is and the other is not, but ultimately, if you believe in non-separation, they're both the same, right? One can be and one cannot be. And as you breathe and feel here, now slowly, gently, start to bring yourself into your biggest twist. Stretch, 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 stretch. Deep breath in. And then full release with the exhale. And those arms in. Curl back into a fetal position. Same side. All right, so now we're all on the left side. Good, and from the left side, slowly coming up using the elbow. Allow yourself to cross over the bolster and come again onto the opposite side. Once you're in your fetal position, get yourself nice and comfortable and allow yourself to twist. Right? Protecting everything. If something doesn't feel right, you've got to make those adjustments. Right? That's the beauty of the yoga. Right? You don't have to be pampered. Right? You know what to do. It's a direction, a physical direction. right? Move into it. Close your eyes. Go inside. Breathe all the way in. Breathe all the way out. Coming from experience, one of the hardest things to do in a twist is hold it and keep reaching without grasping. So much of it you want to grasp hold of, but true twisting is about, again, continuing to open, right, to that place where there is no pulling anymore. It's just the energy is not bundled anywhere. Even in my hip, I feel a little bit in the left hip. You know, you can always have little trigger areas. Those are good, right? They're, of course, not good, but we make them good. That's the acceptance, the understanding that, you know, it's a constant perfection. It's a constant working toward what we think is perfect or right. And that gives us hope. It's a beautiful healing honey, right, for our ailments. The deepest breath in. Let it out with a sigh. Good, rolling back onto the right side. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Oh, just rest here for a moment. Relax. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath in. Really push into whatever object is underneath you. Press that energy down, get that grounding, that rebound from the earth. And then slowly, slowly start to come up. Great. Our next posture, as you see me backing up, I'm opening up into full dragonfly, right? Again, we've done a lot of work in a different way today. I wanted to take you more into the upper body and then into the lower body. Usually we go the other way, right? It's more natural, but sometimes it's nice to switch things. And that's what the beautiful part that autumn brings, this ability to switch things. First, it's hard and reluctant because we love summer. But as autumn comes, it's a time for a change, right? And again, what's that change? Side to side, right? Side to side, right? In summer, right? It's so hot, we don't do anything. We just do yin, nice and chill, right? But now that autumn is coming, it's time to bring a little bit more yang in a yin way, right? We're doing the posture. Notice the tension in your legs. I just noticed my left leg just go like this because it was, I don't know, doing something I didn't know I was doing, right? So really feel your toes, right? Curl your toes, point your toes, right? I know I'm focusing us on the upper body to the lower body, but do listen to the lower body, right? Side to side, side to side, side to side. Whoa, right? Rolling through those hips, really nice today, right? Sending all that energy forward, nice and wide. Again, all these things can be done with a bolster, right? Sitting on a bolster. Just be careful with your knees, right? But it's not bad to press them down, but again, not too much. So again, you want to bend your knees, right? You don't want to just push down on them unless they're comfortable and secure like we are on the floor. And again, for some of you, want to make it a little bit wider or more open, right? Feel free, kind of shuffle forward, side to side. Good, so it's all about opening up. And again, we're gonna feel that heart center again, working through that core in a yin way down to the earth to ground it. So here we go. All right, we don't climb a mountain unless we go side to side. We traverse. Once we get to the top, there's only one way up, straight. Right? So when we get to that top, that's the only time where it goes straight up. Right? It stops being side to side. And that's what we're gonna do. So again, we're gonna build that frame. Notice the frame. In the other position, we did it nice and wide, right? You can still go wide, but I would suggest following me, start nice and close together, okay? And as you go close together, imagine you're going like, okay? So bringing it in, and then when you get to that point, let it go and come back, right? Bringing it in, right? letting it go, bringing it back. Now, the letting go part is just as important as the diving in, but you'll figure that over time, right? You do this move enough, and the arms start doing funny things, and you just start going with it, right? Just going forward and going back, right? Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. All the way forward and all the way back. And you'll start to lead slowly, slowly with the heart. We discussed that before, right? The hands are just a parlor trick, right? They're important, of course, but what's most important, right? And of course that extends out to here, right? We wouldn't have this without that, but what's most important, right? Your spine, right? Your hands come from your spine, not the other way, right? So moving it forward. And then when you feel comfortable, come all the way forward, right? Right? As we swam out and opened up, right? I feel, you'll notice we're opening up, right? Opening up. And now you want to feel your legs and try and just slowly as you come forward, press forward, forward. If your spine needs to be very high up, that's fine, right? It takes time to drop down, right? We're going straight up now. We're on the vertical climb, right? Going straight up. Feel, feel, feel. Feel, feel, feel. All right, perfect. Now from here, what I want you to do is find a place where your hands are comfortable. And let's dive into the posture, right? So again, opening up, we're wide, and we're diving down. Now the spine is gonna have a chance to release. We're in a very triangular position from the body. So again, be gentle. It's like looking over the edge of a cliff, right? Keep your legs straight. Be gentle, let your hands be guided by your legs, right? Don't come off your legs and just come forward, right? Peering over that edge. And then eventually when you feel safe enough, like peer down, down, right? And when you get to the point where you can't look down anymore, look behind, and then you'll feel more connection all the way into the brain. And then you guide the top of the head all the way to the floor. We do that with the breath. Right now, we're in full surrender. Breathing all the way in. Feeling that subtle lift with the breath, always allowing yourself to lift up. It's always the best way to take in the energy of nature. Just accept it. And then the exhale, although you might want to go deeper, right? Your body has different plans, listening to those different plans. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Now for some, your arms may be getting sore. We're gonna come here in just a moment, but if you need to go ahead and start, just take your elbows to the floor. That's our next spot. If you can't get your elbows to your floor, just like try and get your elbows to the floor. Okay, that's our next spot. Just a couple more breaths here for the people with the legs for 10. 9, bringing that heart down towards the floor, or the crown of the head down towards the floor. 10. And slowly, gently take another deep breath in, right? Release it out. And let's join everyone with the forearms on the floor. Once the forearms are on the floor, you can start to press up in unique ways because you've been down for so long, right? You'll notice I can have my elbows on the ground, right? Crawling forward, right? Moving in a different way. Now a little bit more up, right? But again, reaching, always reaching without grasping. Noticing there's nothing we have to achieve in any of these postures, right? We're just moving toward, rather than say limits, it's more boundaries, right? We put these upon ourselves, right? Some of them are for good. A lot of them are for good. I'd say almost all of them, right? There is some, right? When things go dis-ease or in disharmony or in discomfort, or for most of the time, even if you're in pain, you can find solace or relief through stretching, through breathing, because it's just increasing circulation, very natural phenomena, right? Beautiful, everyone, right? Finding that beautiful place. Using the elbows. Good, and we're going to do one Brahmari to close. Deep breath in. It's slowly coming up. So why is this important? Because we're moving toward our meditation. Let's take that leg and let's just place that heel right near the tailbone. And then just lean to the right. Lean to the right. Right. Lean forward. Lean back. Right? Just let your body just take a few moments to relax. Again, you're not going to get to a state of meditation while sitting if you're in pain. It's impossible. The pain goes away. Yes, people sit with a lot of pain, but they don't have pain if they're meditating, right? It negates the meditation. Right? The whole idea is to be in a very neutral way, right? Not to be the best, right? Not to be the strongest, right? It has nothing to do with that. And everyone gets that confused. Good. We're going to bring the other leg in now. Good. Keep that leg tucked, right? Work on your posture. Whether you're here and a little bit tucked, right? Work on it, right? I'm just showing those the full, right? But anything from here onward is a journey, right? Moving it in, rolling it in through that tailbone, right? What we practice in core, right? Suspending, curling it in, curling it out, curling it in, curling it out. Good. Once we have where we want to be, right? Start to bring your arms forward, stretching forward again. Stretching forward again. And again, now it's all different again. How can legs out be different than legs in? It is. It's incredible, right? But you can feel what's the same. You can feel what's different. Good. Just a little bit of time. Let's sit up now and just relax, right? And let's take our elbows side to side. Again, lift and twist, lift and twist, and twist, right? But nice and easy. Nice and enjoyable. Hold your cross-legged pose, right? You'll feel the pull in the hips, right? It's a very nice movement. Don't overdo it, right? Our knees are precious, right? Our ankles are precious, right? It's about working through it. I feel a little bit of pain. That's okay. A little bit's okay, right? But if it becomes more and more and I'm not adjusting it to where it feels good, then something's wrong, right? Maybe it's time to switch it up, right? There's lots of reasons why something could be happening. Good. Okay. Fantastic. Slowly coming back. Relax your legs forward. Give them a nice stretch. Reach for your toes. Reach for your toes. Reach for your toes. Reach for your toes. Good. All right. I'm sitting vertically now, but I'm going to show you. Just take that bolster again and place it on your tailbone. Good. Once it's on your tailbone, lie back onto it and slowly bring the soles of your feet to your floor. Get your neck in a comfortable way. Right? Your hands can be behind your head at this point, very strong or connected through the body. Right? And as we do this and open ourselves up, we're going back to where we started. Right? So now there's all this amazing energy through the spine. It's your chance to really breathe through it. Push the body back into the bolster. Right? Open up your heart. This is the one chance where it's not semantics, right? There's no talk. It's all rock, right? And you're the rock and rollers, right? You're the band, right? If anything, I'm the guy in the audience talking to you, right? You are expressing this energy from the beginning of class now till the end. And now at the end, how does it feel, right? Start to move your knees around, right? Remember? Gently, slowly lift and twist. Lift and twist the other way, right? Moving around. But staying on that bolster and just allowing yourself to just slowly, slowly open your heart. Lift your hips, drop your hips, make sure your hips are on the ground and you feel them lift off the ground and bring it back down, right? The hips are so important, right? Let them extend out through the legs. Feel it through the shoulder, through the arms, through the neck. Then when you're ready, open up the legs as wide as you can. You've already done dragonfly. Open up your arms. You'll see that I'm moving objects in my room, right? And for the first time, open up full starfish and just breathe all the way in through the nose and all the way out through the mouth. And as you breathe out, feel that power. You can't stay like this forever. You might want to bring your elbows in a little bit, but that's okay. Move them out, move them in, right? With the breath. And just feel everything expanding from the center of your body. This is true yin. This is as yin as it gets. This is yin on yin. This is awesome. Right? You can feel it through your body, stretching outward to the periphery, comfortable edges, reaching out like a vine. But it's a divine vine. It's a reason. You're reasoning in the posture. You're saying it feels good to reach out, to spread out, to take up this space that is your own. And all sorts of things start to happen in the chest because we're not used to being that open, that victorious, as they say in behavioral sciences, right? That open arm stretch, right? People have insulted me for this stretch. Put your armpits down. It's like, oh, sorry, man. Right? It's like, you don't realize that you're just so open, right? Feel that openness, that heart center. Guide it in if necessary, right? Protect it, close it up if necessary, but keep it open. And if you'd like to take Shavasana from here, I would really encourage it. For everyone else, just slowly, slowly come out, remove the bolster, and just come on the floor. Okay? Just like that. Take the bolster away. Okay? And just lie down on the floor. And for some with the bolster, you're going to get extra special. It's going to be very nice. We'll take some time to make sure you're good, but you're more than welcome to take Shavasana. For everyone else, take Shavasana the way you love to, right? Just on the floor, natural, right? Squeeze glutes, release glutes. If at any point those in the bolster want to switch, you can, right? This is a beautiful position as well, right? Just take it as much as you want, right? We're going to be here for a little while, so it's good. Right, so hold the other position as long as you like, breathing, feeling the strong sensation of it. Very wonderful to open up that much, that long. And then again, it's just the same position, but without the bolster, right? You're able to feel more of the earth, more grounded, more connected. And that's beautiful too, right? That's the best. And that makes this feel better. So even a little bit of time there goes a long way. And again, what are we doing? We're reaching, right? We're not grasping, right? Even now, just reaching, right? What are we reaching for? Who knows? Right? That's the joy of being awake and aware. Awake just means you're here. Aware means you know you're here. The story and the storyteller. And that's what Shavasana is. It brings peace to both worlds. Labels disappear. Things go away. With your awareness, breathing, maybe going somewhere in your body that may be a little tense, and just breathing through that. Sometimes things need to be checked every breath. We can scan the body and move it around. And no matter where we are, just gently, slowly bring the soles of the feet to the floor, whether we're on the bolster or not. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Deepest breath in. And if you can, take your chin off the ground, reach up for your knees, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, grab your knees, exhale. Oh, beautiful, guys. Releasing all that last little bit of tension. Good, rolling onto left or right side, whatever's more comfortable. Getting into a good way. Sitting cross-legged. Let's bring our hands together, create some good energy. All right. Right, forward and back, forward and back. Again, noticing how dynamic it is, right? Back, forward, right? This is your space. You occupy the space, right? Just because we close it up doesn't mean I'm not stretching out, right? It's like smoke, right? That's why we say tapas, your inner fire, right? That's why this is like bow and drill. We're making that fire. And if you ever get indigenous tools and they say, who wants to light the fire? I would be ashamed if one of you didn't volunteer yourselves. You've done this so many times, right? It's so important, such a good skill. Connects our brains, right? Hemispheric synchronization, right? It's entrainment. We feel this energy. It's a nice sound. Good. And slowly get into a comfortable way. Sit up nice and tall and just release your hands. Open them up. Right? Just feel that energy. You know, the analogy comes to me of, you know, a guitar string, right, being strung, dong, right, or a crystal bell, or crystal bowl, iron bell, crystal bowl, right, that beautiful singing sound, right, it's just, right, so light, so lovely, right, nice and high. Right, and then what about like a didgeridoo sound, like ooh, very low, right? Your breath can create all these different sounds. So for today, right, rather than think of it as an om, right, what I want you to do is oh, right, like oh, right? You can go high, you can go low, and then eventually your om and your oh, right, the sound of the sound will come together and create a new experience as you slowly close this energy, right? The om comes through everything. So as the hands close, again, just demonstrating that closing of the practice. All right, all together, deep breath in. Om. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. In our hearts, in our lives, in everything that we see, are, and be. The light in me shares and sees the light in you, in love, with love, through love. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Namaste. Yay, guys. Awesome class. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, good energies.